In this video, we will see how composition is used in programs. We implemented the tic-tac-toe board as a two-dimensional array of cells. Each cell has a position on the board and a value. Do you think it's better to create a separate class for the tile? Given the object-oriented principles of encapsulation and abstraction, we should rather separate the functionality of a cell into a separate class. Let us define a class tic-tac-toe tile that represents a square tile or cell on the board. We have defined a character variable content to hold the value of the tile. Integer variables, row and col, represent the position of the tile on board. There is a constructor that takes the row and column values and initializes the tile with the row and column values. Since a tile should only know how to clear and paint itself, these methods should be implemented in the tile class. In fact, it is even better to define an interface tile, and all different game board tiles must implement this interface. I have already defined a tile interface with two methods, paint and clear. Now let's modify the tic-tac-toe tile class to implement the interface. The clear method simply sets the content of the tile to a blank. For now, paint will just print the value of tile's content on console. Let us enhance the tic-tac-toe board class to be comprised of tiles. Instead of a string array, we will now create a two-dimensional array of tiles. A board is now composed of tile objects. Composition signifies a has-a relationship between two classes. In the initialize board method, for each element of the array, we will create an object of the tic-tac-toe tile class and assign to the element. So, each element of the two-dimensional array is actually a tile object. In the clearboard method, for clearing each element or tile, now the clear method of tile will be called. So the board class does not need to bother about how to clear a tile. A tile object will take care of clearing itself. Thus, we get the benefit of encapsulation. Let's look at the paintboard method. For now, we are just printing the board on the console. Iterating through the rows and columns to paint each tile, we just call the paint method of the tile to paint itself. Thus, we saw an example of composition or has a relationship between classes to use the functionality of one class in another class.